Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharidhari Giridharidhari Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Jabihari Radha Madhava Jabihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gaur Premanande. Jai Om Vishnupad Panasvaracharyastu Satis Divine Grace Abhichan Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Panasvaracharyastu Srimad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो जैसे कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासुदेव गौर भक्तवृंद की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण की जय. समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय. All glories to the assembled duties, all glories to the assembled duties, all glories to the assembled duties, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Gaur Premanande. Are you here? I should offer you. Kishore sent you. Prabhupada said. Om Nam. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 65, verse 26 and 27. Okay, two words. The title is Lord Balram Visits Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Word to word meaning. Pape, O sinful one, Tvam, you, Mam, me, Avagnaya, disrespecting, yet, because, Na Ayashi, you do not come, Maya, by me, Ahuta, called, Neshe, I'll bring, Tvam, you, Langala, of my plow, Agrina, with the tip, Satada, in 100 parts, Kama, by whim, Charinim, humus, Papitvam mam avagnaya, Papitvam mam avagnaya, Yanna yashimaya ahuta, Yat yat na yat na ayasha maya ahuta, Yat yat na ayash maya ahuta, Nishetvam langa langanena, Nishetvam langala agrina, Satada kama charinim, Satada kama charinim, Pape tvam mam avagnaya, Yatnaya shimaya uta, Nishetvam langala agrina, Satada kama charinim. Pape tvam mam avagnaya, Yanna yashi mahayauta, Neshe tvam langa grena, Satada kama charinim, Pape tvam mam avagnaya, Yanna yashi mahayauta, Neshe tvam langangalarena, Satdakamacharinim. Hare Krishna. Translation. O Lord Balram said, O sinful one, disrespecting me, you do not come when I call you, but rather move only by your own whim. Therefore, with the tip of my plow, I shall bring you here in 100 streams. 27. Evam nirbahatrishta bhita yamunayadu nandanam uvacha chakita vacham patita padayor nipam. Sukdev Goswami continued. Thus scolded by the Lord, O king, the frightened river goddess Yamuna came and fell at the feet of Sri Balram, the beloved descendant of Yadu. Trembling, she spoke to him the following words. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the goddess who appeared before Lord Balrama is an expansion of Srimati Khalindi, one of Lord Krishna's queens in Dwarka. Srila Jiva Goswami calls her a shadow of Kalindi, and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti confirms that she is an expansion of Kalindi, not Kalindi herself. Srila Jiva Goswami also gives evidence from Sri Harivamsa in the statement Pratyuvacharanava Vadim that goddess Yamuna is the wife of the ocean. The Harivamsa therefore also refers to her as Sagara Angana. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Sha. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपीशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पवनेभ्यो वैष्णवभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. This is a beautiful topic. Canto 10, chapter 65, verse 26 and 27. So we last stopped in. So in the first is said like, especially in this chapter, Balrama is visiting Gokul and is approaching all the elderly people, uh, his parents, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, and all other elderly persons. He gives respects to each one according to their age. So offering respects to, and then thereafter when he takes some rest and some time back after, the gopis come and ask Krishna, ask Balram about Krishna, whether he is still remembering us. For his sake, we left everything, our parents, family, and so. But he is so cruel by his cunning smile, by talks. Um, he has left us like that. But still, we remember him like that. We cannot forget him. So then Balrama convinces the gopis. They start to cry by speaking about Krishna. So hearing about Krishna, offering respects to the Vaishnavas, offering respects to the Lord, and the conjugal love between Balram and his coward girlfriend, young girls. So this thereafter, after the gopis leave, then Balrama goes to the forest on the bank of Yamuna and the demigods, they are very pleased. They play kettle drums and off shower flowers on the Lord. And Balram and all the sages give their blessings. And then finally Balram goes to the Yamuna along with the cowgirls, and he the demigod Varuna offers him the intoxication Varuni, and type of made of honey from a tree hollow. And Balrama, being intoxicated, this Varuni along with the young coward girls, plays on the wants to enjoys in the pastimes in the Yamuna. He performs conjugal love. That's not to on the mundane platform. It's a spiritual. It's free from material contamination. And then he tries to call Yamuna, and Yamuna, saying that Balram is being intoxicated, she doesn't hear Balram's. And Balram gets angry with his plow. He pulls Yamuna, and Yamuna is just divided into 100 tributaries like that. Still, we find in Delhi in Yamuna. And then finally, after this pastimes, Kalindi offers nice ornaments, nice jewelry to Balram as a gift. So this is beautiful and wonderful, and especially this one, it says here, Sukdev Goswami is saying, thus scolded by the Lord, O king, the frightened river goddess Yamuna came and fell at the feet of Sri Balram. Sorry, this is Lord Balram said, O sinful one, disrespecting me, you do not come when I call you, but rather move only by your own whim. Therefore, with the tip of my plow, I shall bring you here in 100 streams. Hare Krishna. So, there's few things here: Balrama, Yamuna, and Balram punishes with this plow. plow. So, yeah, we can see here Balram is saying, Yamuna, O sinful one. Actually, Yamuna is very pure because Lord Krishna played in Yamuna, performed his pastime. Of all rivers, Yamuna is the purest river. It's in Vrindavan. And Krishna took bath in this river. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was traveling, he took bath in this river. And when he was traveling Godavari, seeing Godavari, he was thinking of Yamuna. And when he was walking around the forest, he was thinking of Vrindavan forest, like that. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took bath in this beautiful. And this river is especially we find, according to Parikshit Maharaj, when he was cursed by the Brahmana, he had to go on the banks of Ganges. But the Acharya says actually, but then Prabhupada says that actually in Delhi there's no Ganges. Actually, there's Yamuna. So it's actually Yamuna. It says, but Ganges and Yamuna, they are the sources only one same. They are confluences in Allahabad Kumbh Mela. And there are three Venis called. Triveni means three rivers coming together. There's Yamuna, Ganga, and Saraswati. But Saraswati, we don't see. She has become hidden. She flows from it. But in Kumbh Mela, devotees go there, take bath. It's a very nice experience, getting early in the morning and going take bath in Yamuna, Ganges, Ganga, Yamuna. It's very cold, very like your hands become very stiff. You cannot put your leg in the water. But all the yogis, they take very nice baths, and they dip in the water like that. So, Yamuna is very auspicious. There are many rivers. Of all the rivers, Yamuna, we say Ganga cha Yamuna chaiva Godavari Saraswati Kaveri Jalesmin Sanidin Kuru. Before we recite mantras on the water, we purify the water by reciting this mantras. Ganga cha Yamuna chaiva Godavari Kaveri Jalesmin Sanidin Kuru. So India is the land of very rivers, lot of rivers where we can take bath, and we get this opportunity in India. Very, all the rivers, they are all also expansion of this. But of all the rivers, Ganges comes from the lotus feet of the Lord, and Yamuna is blessed because Yamuna is. But here, this in past time, Balram is saying her, you're disrespecting, oh sinful one. So on the material level, disrespect and sinful, what is the result? We can quote from some of Prabhupada's lectures and books. But this is a pastime. It's chastising Yamuna. The Lord, so pastimes are wonderful. They're transcendental. They are not anything there. So we read about this. We till 15th verse last time. I had the description about gopis and Balram, and then we are going to from 16 to 27. Just to revise, the verse is that Supreme Lord Balrama, the attractor of all, being expert in various kinds of consolation, consoled the gopis by relaying to them the confidential message of Lord Krishna had sent with him. The messages deeply touched the gopis' hearts. Hare Krishna. So the gopis were lamenting because of absence of Krishna. Still is remembering, and they are telling, informing Balram, and Balram is saying, who is very expert. He is consoling the gopis by revealing the message of Krishna. And this hearing about Krishna, the gopis' hearts became very touched. So this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So when we do Shravanam, then we can do Kirtanam very nicely. And then we can do Smaranam. But it's a very high stage. Shravanam, to do Shravanam also is not so easy. It takes lot of auspicities to hear about Krishna, Shravanam, Kirtanam. Like lot of pious deeds. So one has to hear attentively Bhagavatam. Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. Hare Krishna. All the unwanted things can be removed by just reciting, hearing Bhagavatam. So we see Chicago is so big, but how much people are interested to hear about Krishna Katha? Very few. So this is not an ordinary thing. It's a very beneficial hearing about Krishna. We can learn from this Balrama, the attractor of all being expert at various kind of concession. Especially we have to hear the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One should practice because Krishna is not different from his holy name. So conditioned soul is in Maya, and generally he is bewildered by sense objects, and he becomes entangled in this material world. So, by chanting Hare Krishna, he becomes free from Maya's entanglement. So, this one should hear very attentively this holy name of the Lord. When we hear the holy name repeatedly, consistently, we chant very clearly, then we can remember Krishna's and hear Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's form, and this. So here it says, Supreme Balram, the attractor of. So one should remember Krishna's pastimes, form. So it's not like inattentive. But for a conditioned soul, one should hear the holy name of the Lord first very clearly. Then other things gets revealed like that. Hare Krishna, Krishna chant, offenseless chanting Hare Krishna. So this is a very important point here. Where Supreme Lord Balrama, the attractor of all being expert at various kinds of consolation, consoled the gopis by relaying them the confidentials of Lord Krishna had sent with him. These messages deeply touched the gopis' hearts. So we can see all these pastimes of this. They are all in separation of Krishna. They are always Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also always feeling separation. All the Goswamis, they were feeling separation of Krishna. They were never told this of Krishna like that. But so we can learn this is very important to hear the message of Krishna. Here Balrama is giving this confirmation of Krishna and the gopis hearts. Hare Krishna. Um, so recently, it's a sad news, like on one side, but according to Bhagavad Gita, we read from Bhagavad Gita, the soul is eternal. A young child, Uddhava, who is person resident, who was one of the members of Chicago, uh, he left. He had to go to a heart surgery, and it didn't become successful, and he left his body 2 days back. So in this, we pray to Krishna and Balram for parents to give strength to overcome this obstacle, because Balram is the source of spiritual strength he gives us. But this is a very sad for all of us. We pray for whole family and the child Uddhava. Hare Krishna. He was just 4 years. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, I go further this topic. Uh, in the company of numerous women, Lord Balrama enjoyed in the garden by the Yamuna river. In the company of numerous women, Lord Balram enjoyed in a garden by the Yamuna river. This garden was bathed in the rays of the full moon and carried by bridges bearing the fragrance of night blooming lotus. So the description of Yamuna is given, and this the Lord Balrama was along with gopis. He says 2 months Lord stayed there, and he enjoyed conjugal pleasure in the river Yamuna. He enjoyed in the river, in the garden Yamuna river, and then bathed in the rays of the full moon. Very nice. And by the breezes, we can imagine this night blooming lotus. Then, especially in springtime, the atmosphere is very favorable, and we can see in this everything becomes green. Till nature, like anything, matter has six changes: spawn, grows, stays, produce, and dwindles, like that. So Balrama is here residing. Is in the company of numerous women. He's enjoying the garden of Yamuna, and he bathed in the full moon by fragrance of night bloom. Sent by the demigod Varunas, the divine. So this first one is about Balrama. He's consoling the gopis. Then performing wonderful conjugal love along with the coward girls, and it's a very nice atmosphere on the banks of Yamuna, and he's bathing in the rays of the full moon, and he's carried nice fragrances of lotus. And full second is this. And then Varuna, third. Sent by the demigod Varuna, the divine Varun liquor flowed from a tree hollow and made the entire forest even more fragrant with its sweet aroma. So Varuna is providing this Varuni liquor, which is from a tree hollow, and the whole tree forest becomes fragrant with the sweet aroma. The wind carried to Balrama the fragrance of that flood of sweet liquor, and when it smelled it, he went to the tree. There he and his family companions drank. So wind carried to Balram the fragrance of that flood of sweet liquor, and when he smelled it, he went to the tree. There he and his family companions drank. Hare Krishna. Nice fragrance came from this sweet liquor. It's not like the liquor of this material world, which is contaminated. Any liquor we touch, it becomes contaminated. If you even put in a plate, glass, it becomes contaminated. Liquor. Hare Krishna, it becomes impure. But this was a special sweet liquor which was from the bark of a tree hollow, and the whole aroma of the tree became very aroma. Very to Balram fragrance flowed sweetly. And when he smelled it, he went to that tree. He and his family companions drank. As the Gandharvas sang his glories, Lord Balram enjoyed with the brilliant circle of young women. He appeared just like Indra's elephant, the Lord Airavat, enjoying in the company of she elephants. The Gandharvas were singing, and the comparison of Indra is given. and in this elephant. So elephant's example is given. He's enjoying his company. Similarly, Lord Balarama was there. At that time, kettle drums resounded in the sky. The Gandharvas joyfully rained down flowers, and the great sages praised Lord Balaram's heroic deeds. So all the demigods they became very happy. The Gandharvas they became happy seeing the wonderful pastime of Balram along with the coward girls. They all showed music with kettle drums and flowers and sang the praises of Balram heroic deeds. As his deeds were sung, Lord Alayu wandered as if inebriated among the various forests with his girl friends. His eyes rolled with the effects of the liquor. So it was as he was singing, he was very his eyes was filled with intoxicated, it looked like the effect of it. Intoxicated with joy, Lord Balrama sported flower garlands including the famous Vajayanti. He wore a single earrings and beads of perspiration decorated his smiling lotus flake like snowflakes. The Lord then summoned the Yamun river so that he could play in her waters, but she disregarded his command thinking he was drunk. This angered Balrama. He began dragging the river with the tip of his plow. So Balrama was very intoxicated. He had very nice flower garlands, the famous Vaijayanti. So this is a description what he was wearing: his flowers, earrings, beads, a smiling lotus, Yamuna. Then now with this verse we are going to. So these are little quotes from this. Previous one was Krishna, Balrama is offering respects to all the elderly persons according to their age. And then this next in this chapter is about Balrama is consoling the gopis by speaking about Krishna's wonderful pastimes. And then the description of Balrama, how he was on the bank of Yamuna, and the breezes and the moon, how it was he was looking very beautiful, and the atmosphere was very pleasing. Then the demigod Varuni offered him liquor, and he became very intoxicated with this liquor. And along with his companions, women, he was wandering around, and the Gandharvas were throwing flowers, kettle drums, and the whole deeds. Halwa, and he was enjoying. Balarama was doing these pastimes, and his deeds were sing. And then he called Yamuna. His beautiful description. So this is in short in this. And this today's work, O sinful one, disrespecting me, you do not come when I call you, but rather move only by your whim. Therefore, with the tip of blow, I bring you here in 100 streams. So Balrama is the first expansion of Krishna. So generally, Balrama, Bal, Bala means strength. If you want to offer strength it comes from Balram. And Balram is elder brother is of Krishna. In order to gain spiritual strength, we have to pray to Balram. We have to pray to Nityananda. He is our Adi Guru. So Balram is expansion of Krishna. He is not different from Krishna. Generally, families they give the name of Krishna and Balram in family. So, yeah, those are the traditions still going on. And Balram also, when he was the war was there, he tried to. He was not interested in the war. And Duryodhan also, and also in other pastime, Samba. Samba was kidnapped by Duryodhan. They were arrested him. Then Balrama tried to make a peace, and then they didn't obey, and there was a fight like that. So even in Rukmini's marriage, also in Rukmi was the brother of Rukmini, and she wanted Rukmi wanted to marry to Shishupal, but Rukmini wanted to marry Lord Krishna, and Balram Krishna had punished Rukmi, and at that time Balrama was uh, taking a part of Rukmi that you should not take harm he's your relative like that. So Balram, so this beautiful Balram is known as Halayuda. He holds a plow. We can see this picture on the DT. We can see DT form like that. So Krishna comes in the form of deity, Balaram comes in the form of deity. It's non-different from Krishna, Krishna's holy name. So they are all beneficial for the conditioned souls here. Hare Krishna. So this the beautiful Balrams about a few things. Um, it's nice bhajan also. Nitai na bolilo mukhi bhajit anat. Gauranga. Yeah, that's what the song. Yeah. It's a very beautiful description. He wears blue flower, Vaijanti flower, this transcendental form. He gives pleasure, his strength, no one is equal, his expansion, Krishna. So Krishna is accept seva and Balrama is sevak, like sevaya and sevak, like that. He gives. Balram is always servitor mode in a serving mode, like that. The devotee is also to serve like that. Krishna doesn't need our service. Krishna is full. Hundreds of Lakshmi is serving Krishna, but he gives us an opportunity. Uh, that's what the prayer we sing in Tulsi. Aini Vedandar Sakir Anugat Kar Seva Adikar Diye Kar Nijadasi. Give us your service. Service should be selfless. Only we have to focus our attention fully at the service. We should focus at the holy name of the Lord with very attention. We have to focus what service we get it very nice. But this service is not an ordinary thing. It's very purifying. The more we serve, become more advanced in spiritual life. Right? Hare Krishna. Yeah. I forget your name, Prabhu. This camera is like one side you remember, you cannot. It's like you can remember the image, you see the person. I agree. Nam Amrit Das. Yes, your name is Nam Amrit. Welcome, Chicago Kishore Kishori. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. What mother's name? Huh? Bhakti Janani. Nice. Kishore Kishori. Prabhupada used to say, Kishore Kishori called you. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yes, okay. So this verse, we are intoxicated with Lord Balrama's potted flower. He wore a single earring. Hare Krishna says, O sinful one, distracting you, do not come when I call you, but rather move only by your own whim. Therefore, the tip of my plow I shall bring to you in 100 streams. So Yamuna also, Lord Krishna bathed in this river. So Yamuna is very pure. Um, so it is wonderful. That's nice song we sing daily. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tirvanachari. The whole Vrindavan is there. Jai Radha Madhava. There's another song. Jai Radhe Jai O Krishna Jai Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Shyama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Kali Indi Jamuna Jai Jai Mahavan Jai Radhe Jai O Krishna Jai Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan. It's a very nice song sung by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. The scriptures are like it says songs, Vaishnava songs also compared to scriptures, only the description is there. It's a beautiful song. Jai Radhe Jai O Krishna Jai Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Shyama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Kalindi Jamuna Jai Jai Mahavan. So whole description of Vrindavan is given in this song also. That the main deities of Govinda, Gopinath and Madan Mohan's description is given. Then Shyama Radha Kund, the most auspicious place in this world, and Giri Govardhan. So one should worship Giri Govardhan also. That's Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan. Hare Krishna. Keshi Ghat Bamshi Bhata Dwadash Kanan. Jaha Sab Leela Koile Shri Nanda Nandan. Krishna performed his pastimes on this banks of Yamuna. He bathed in this. Very nice. Again. So Yamuna is all auspicious. It is in confluence of Allahabad. Yamuna flows from the western side. Ganges from the eastern. They merge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bathed on the western side. He actually took his bath in the river Yamuna. When Maharaj Parikshit, he went to Yamuna as Ganges, actually coming from the down from the same source. Very nice. He sat there and to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So yes, hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam. Especially in Ekadasi, one should take bath in the river, he says. Ekadasi, even if we recite all the Ekadasis, 24 Ekadasis, you become purified. Ekadasi, one should fast. One should do more devotional service. Hare Krishna, to attain devotion. So when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw this river Godavari, the land, he remembered the river Yamuna, and when he saw the forest on the banks of river, he remembered Sri Vrindavan Dham. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was 10 days in Prayag, he bathed in the confluence of river Yamuna and Ganges during the Makara Sankranti. So three Triveni influence, three rivers, Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. So this river is not visible. That's very nice. But still, it's looked in Kumbh Mela, we get this opportunity. So now a little bit on sinful activities. Srila Prabhupada says on the mundane sense, like here, yeah, so a different explanation on sinful life and the result of sinful reaction, action like that. Like the example Srila Prabhupada gives, dog is barking. So dog is barking. So the dog is very faithful to its master, but it's very offensive to others. So generally, according to law, so the dog is not responsible. The owner is responsible for his offenses. So similarly, if we commit, we have to be very careful when we should not have a fight with others. That's also an offensive thinking, feeling, and willing like that. It comes like that: thinking, feeling, and willing like that. Here, Srila Prabhupada says, just as a barking of a dog is unlawful, so when you speak offensive to others, that is sinful activities. Or when we speak something sinful, we are actually committing sinful activities. Hare Krishna. As barking of the dog is unlawful, so when you speak offensive to others, that is sinful activities. Hare Krishna. The nectar of instructions. Srila Prabhupada also said we have to read this all these books systematically. So reading means applying in our life. So it's not an easy thing. Devotional service is a going back home. God is not so easy. It needs tremendous austerity, tremendous. Each word has so much meaning. Just as a barking of dog is unlawful, so when you speak offensive to others, that is sinful activities. Hare Krishna. Wow. Kali Yuga Jews commit offense every time, right? Mentally, they think if Krishna would reveal our mind, then we would not be in Krishna box. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, as barking of the dog is unlawful, so when you speak offensive to others, that is sinful activities. Or we speak something sinful, we actually commit sinful activities. So he says, when you speak offensive to others, that is sinful activities. Or we speak something sinful, it's not only we speak offense to others, or if we speak sinful, something sinful, that is also sinful, it says. Hare Krishna. So in go to backward is so much pure it should be, right? We should not be offensive by words, and we should not be offensive um, by speaking also. Hare Krishna. Dhruvam Sayat Pretya Naraka Upade. One has to suffer punishment for such sinful activities. Hare Krishna. So strong. Hare Krishna. When we speak offensive to others, that is sinful activities. When we speak something sinful, we actually commit sinful activities. Dhruvam Sayat Pretya. So when we are offensive to others by speaking, or when we speak some sinful this, we are committing sinful activities. No, so one has to suffer, it says. So, people do not believe in the next life because they want to avoid them both botheration, but we cannot avoid it. We must act according to the law or will be punished. Similarly, I cannot avoid God's law. That is not possible. I can cheat others, commit thief, and hide myself, thereby saving myself from the punishment of the state law. I cannot save myself from the superior law. So we may act like it says, Nakir tilak galer mala, air chale kalir chela. Like this nice from one of Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think so. Nakir tilak means on just by wearing dhoti or by tilak, one does not become a Vaishnava. Nakir tilak galer mala, chale chale kalir chela. He is a victim of money and woman, like this. So we it says here people do not believe in a next life because they want to avoid this botheration, but we cannot avoid it. Must act according to the law or will be punished. So there are different offenses like generally one should not see a Vaishnava on birth basis. One should not offend the deities, not commit offenses, and there are many offenses like that. Uh, so there's 10 kinds of offenses. It says here, but like in the law, suppose we hide by law, there's law of nature. We cannot avoid the God's law. So we can see it's all over the world is going on. The law of nature is getting more harsh. It says people do not believe in a next life because they want to avoid this botheration, but we cannot avoid it. People do not believe in a next life because they want to avoid this botheration, but we cannot avoid it. We must act according to the law or will be punished. Similarly, I cannot avoid God's law. That is not possible. I can cheat others, commit thief, and hide myself, thereby saving myself from the punishment of the state law. I cannot save myself from the superior law, the law of nature. It is very difficult. There are so many witnesses. The day light is witness, the moonlight is witness, and Krishna is the supreme witness. You cannot say, I am committing this sin, but no one can see me. So there is superior laws. We can hide from state law, but there is superior law, that's God's law. It says, and we cannot save from that. We have to go to punishment. So everybody is enjoying and suffering the results of act. Actually, everybody is suffering who's accepted this material body. We have this body means sinful actually. Yeah. So yes, yes, people do not believe in a next life because they want to avoid this botheration, but we cannot avoid it. We must act according to the law or will be punished. So there's law. If we don't obey the law, we are being punished. And similarly, we cannot avoid God's law. There's upper law, but that's God's law. We are always controlled. Like we are walking on the street, or we are cooking. We are killing so much germs like that. Kali Yuga is ocean of faults like that. So nobody is pure actually in Kali Yuga actually. So different degrees of. So it says, Esham to antagatam papam te jnana punya karmanam te dvandvamo nirmukta bhajante mam dridavrita. Those who acted piously in this life and previous life, who are free from sinful life, they can act with full determination. They can perform devotional service. Hare Krishna. So we have to be very determined to chant Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada also said, chant 16 rounds actually. So, but that also it becomes maximum. It should be minimum, like the maximum. Minimum 16 rounds. But Prabhupada says if your mind is wandering around this, you have to chant more rounds, 64 rounds. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So it's not so easy to chant daily, get up early in the morning, being a Kali Yuga body, but one has to become determined to chant the holy name of the Lord early in the morning. And now there is a lot of Zoom activities. It's everything has become impersonal after this Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Desha Tarini. impersonalism, wideism, everything. But Srila Prabhupada gave us this wonderful Krishna consciousness. This is a great gift for us, a very wonderful gift. We should not misuse it. It says, no, no. So that's not possible. I can cheat others, commit sinful, and hide myself. So the state law is there, there's punishment. Similarly, there's supreme law. So there are witness. The Lord is the witness. The sun is the witness. And the moon is the witness. The night is the witness. And above all, the supreme Lord is witness in everyone's heart, like that. Sinful activities are committed in various ways. We can commit sinful activity, think a plan, thinking, I shall kill that man. Either way, it is sinful activities. When the mind is thinking, feeling, willing, there is action. So even if we think of killing some person, that's also a sinful activity, says. We are sinful, we are thinking in many ways. I shall kill that man, and then is thinking, feeling, willing. Then there is action, like that. Hare Krishna. The other day I was reading in a book that if someone dog barks at you when you're passing the road, then it's an offense. According to law, no one should have to be scared by dogs. So one should take care of the dog. Um, the dog is barking, but the dog is not responsible. It is on animal. But because the owner of the animal has made the dog his best friend, he is responsible by law. If an outside dog enters your house, it may not be killed, but the owner of the dog may be prosecuted. Okay. So yeah, so there's few things on the Ganges, Yamuna, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then sinful activities, and then disrespecting like that. Like Daksha, he committed a sin offense by disrespecting Shiva. Then he had to go to the consequence. He got a goat's head, and he was also killed. Like, and then the demigods, even we have to offer respects to the demigods. We have not to be disrespectful to the demigods, it says. And not only demigods, all living entities we have to respect. So this Yamuna, and then sinful life and disrespect, these three words coming. And we should offer respects to elderly family members. I mean, we are not to be disrespectful to other religion also. We have not to be disrespectful to spiritual master, because spiritual master is a representative of God. So there's a few things disrespectful. So yeah, then so we can go to sinful life again back. Srila Prabhupada's lectures. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj is saying the buildings are churches, but they are all closed. But our churches are lively even in at 4 in the morning. Hare Krishna. 4 in the morning? I don't think. From 4 o'clock to 10. Yes, now there's 24 hours kirtan, so all day and night. So this is a discussion between Tamal Krishna and Prabhupada on the decline of the churches in America. And they say that biggest reason in last few years is that Pope he issued one big statement against birth control and abortion. He said Catholics cannot practice birth control and should never have abortion. They did not like this. So this is the biggest reason for the decrease in attending the church. They broke away from the authority. So these churches they propagated about abortion, birth control, and then many of people broke away from this church like that. One thing is that, and then before this churches, Prabhupada says that all churches they are being closed now, closed down, but our churches are from morning 4 o'clock it's open like that. Yeah, Mangalarti is auspicious. If Mangalarti is a lot of at least three devotees, Brahman initiating, then everything will become auspicious. Because when you worship the Lord who sings, then it's that's very powerful, like devotees coming together. Then everything becomes auspicious. That means that the church allows Sanskrit without any restriction, then they will attend church. That is the conclusion. If the church allows Sanskrit without any, they will attend church. That is the conclusion. So Prabhupada is responding to this. That means if the church allows sense gratification without any restriction, then they will attend church. That is the conclusion. So verse is Rameshwar is saying on the decline of the churches in America, they saw the biggest reason in the last few is that Pope, he issued one big statement against birth control and abortion. He said Catholics cannot practice birth control and should never have abortion. So he was restricting, on birth, never have abortion. So many people did not like. So there was decrease. People want to engage in sinful life. That means if the church allows anything without, they will attend church. They are dictating. The mass. That means conclusion is on account of sinful life. Churches being closed. Hare Krishna. That means conclusion is on account of sinful life. Because of sinful life, it says churches are being closed. Yeah, many churches are there. We can see uh, very beautiful churches all over, but people are not interested in this. Their ancestors, they use their money in a right way, like that. But now, when people think when that thing is available, if you go and work and you get money, why go to churches or temple like that? So people don't go to this. He says, and here is Prabhupada is giving the example of the priest. They stop this, then people stop coming to this. So then the restrictions allowed, they don't follow. Church, not the Pope, but the sinful Pope said, you cannot do this sinful, and they are sinful, therefore they desert the church. Even the priest, they said, when Pope issued the document, they lost faith in him as representative of God. Even the priest, they lost faith in the Pope when he speaks. He says, Sacha boli tumhare lata. You speak the truth, people will come with sticks, like that. Rascal priests are so sinful. They are supporting, means, man. When the priests are sinful, the public is sinful. How the churches will go on? They are expecting church must support abortion and child killing. Hare Krishna. Very strong. Hare Krishna. Um, they feel that progress is everything, and churches should not interfere with this. That's his personal life. Prabhupada says, you say no meat eating, face gambling, no illicit sex, we shall all come gladly. You are offering something, they are not offering any alternative. Krishna. So these four pillars of sinful life, they they are not giving any alternative, but here is giving covet the neighbor's property, steal, dishonor the mother, father, cover the cow, the earth, the 10 Commandments. Thou shall honor the mother and the father. Mother is one of the cows. Earth is the mother. Cow is the mother. Hmm. So we are following this strictly the teaching of Jesus. Tamal Krishna is saying, yeah. Hare Krishna. So yeah. So this are few things. So in one of the lecture it says, in the Bible there is a story how some cities named Sodom and Gomorrah became so sinful. Let me go this. Yeah. In the Bible there's a story how some cities Sodom and Gomorrah became so sinful that Lord wanted to destroy those cities and everyone in them. Will this be happening again sometime? Cities become so sinful they will be just destroyed. Hare Krishna. So the reply is destruction means sinful. If you become sinful, your body will be destroyed. You will die out of some disease. Sinful means destruction. Right. So this one of Prabhupada's disciple is asking whether the whole cities will be destroyed because one of the names Sodom and Gomorrah in Bible it says they want to destroy cities, everyone them. Will this be happening again? Cities become so sinful they will be just destroyed. Destruction means sinful. So Prabhupada is saying another way like destruction means sinful. Come sinful, then you will be destroyed. You will die out some of sinful. Sinful means destruction like that. Bhutva bhutva pralyati. So like Hiranyakashipu, she understood son should be so wrong and that when she was all your sons will be killed by God, she was very satisfied. Then it is all right. Never mind, because she knew killing by God means going to Vaikuntha. So Hiranyakashipu's mother, when she understood that her all sons will be killed by God, and she was very happy that they will be going to Vaikuntha. Yamalarjuna is Krishna in the story of Yamalarjuna by Narada. They became a tree and they got an opportunity to see Krishna. So there are four pillars: no intoxication, no meat eating, no illegal gambling. There are four pillars of sinful life. So marriage is in human society. Hmm. Very good. Here says Gohatya, cow. This is very sinful. If you see one is religious, how it can become sinful? So in the name of religion, if you are killing mass slaughterhouses, it says it's sinful. Like uh, sinful man can sinful man become religious? This is going on in the name of religion. They are covered in sin. That is a cause of religious degradation. Veda Viruddha Karya Kare Veda Mokhi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they act against the Vedic principle. I am Vedic, I believe in the Vedas. These nonsense things are going on. Christian principle, but is proud of becoming Christian. All in Buddha religion also, in Mohammedan religion. So Jewish religion, they allowed meeting, but it's not from slaughterhouse, he says. They're regularly maintaining slaughterhouses. These sinful activities are going on. So our movement, we have got restriction. Anyone who comes to be serious student must give up this. And after the animal is dead, you can eat it, like this. Hare Krishna. So now Prabhupada is saying, like, one of Prabhupada's disciples, Giriraj Maharaj, saying, if chanting inattentively is an offense, like that. Due to your inexperience, sometimes fail. That is not fault. You're trying. There is a verse in the Bhagavad that a devotee is trying his best, but due to his incapability, sometimes fails. So Krishna excuses. So Krishna excuses. Suppose a person devotee, sometime he's trying his best, but due to his inexperience, he falls down. So it is not his fault. In Bhagavad, it says a devotee is trying his best, but to his incapability, he sometimes fails. So Krishna excuses. And Bhagavad Gita also says, Api che sudacharo bhajati mam ananya. Due to past habit, sometimes not willingly, but due to some habit, is a second. It does not. He does something nonsense, but that does not mean he's faulty. But we must repent for that. So, but that for one has to repent. It says, I've done this. I should try to avoid this as far as possible. The second nature. But Maya is so strong, it pushed me to filthiness. That can be excused by Krishna. But those who are doing willfully something, that is not excused. On the strength, I am a devotee, I am chanting, therefore I can commit all nonsense, it will be nullified. That is the greatest offense. Hare Krishna. So let's consider greatest offense. But he has to repent because Maya is very strong. One will surely commit mistakes because of his inexperience. So one has to become mature in Krishna conscious by reading the scriptures. One should not engage in sinful life. Hare Krishna. So there are many examples in Bhagavad. Bharat Maharaj, he became attracted to a deer. Then so that's Bilwangal Thakur. He became attracted to women, and because in his previous life uh, he was and like a very wealthy princess was buried, and he was trying to steal all the gold from the body of that. And then the ghost, the princess was thinking, she was saying, "You take all the gold, but don't take the gold of my necklace." You remember that? But he did first time he just took all other gold, others, and then he again it was got over. Then he came back and tried to steal that. So he was cursed that in next life you will have a association of Pingala, like the what her name is, and don't come to my mind. This Bilmangal Thakur, you remember the name? Chintamani, correct, Chintamani, yes. Mm. And then Chintamani told him that when Bilmangal Thakur, he became next life Bilmangal Thakur, and he crossed after his father's death ceremony. This month is Pitra, this people offer Pindadan. It's very important to offer Pindadan to our ancestors, otherwise there's opposite reaction. It says Slowly, slowly, everything is going on like that. Nobody believes it, but there is reaction for that also. And then even Bill Mangal Thakur, he was performing his father's this, but he was so attached to this Chintamani, he crossed the river by floating tree or a dead body. He crossed it, holding it, and he approached Chintamani and he climbed. He saw the wall. It was raining heavily. She closed the doors, and he climbed by holding a snake. Uh, and then he entered, and Chintamani felt conscious. And so yes, the same attachment you would have to Krishna. So he get realization and goes on the way to Vrindavan, but he's being attracted to a Brahmani there again. And then the Brahmani is telling to her husband, then husband is saying, you have nailed, um, yes, a Brahmana, you go to him. Then she gives, Bil Mangal Thakur is being so much this by his guilt. He asks, you have a pin, and he pierces his eyes both and he becomes blind and like that. And then he writes many songs on this. Very nice, wonderful. Like yes, one again, just few things. What's that? Nomination? Huh? Krishna ka naam le diya. Well, the solution is that now here. Hmm, yeah, yeah. Fine. Sorry for that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Yeah, one should become humble. One should become very tolerant. That's one of these things. One should always repent for it and offer obeisances, not to commit this mistake again. Uh, I should have firm faith in the spiritual master and the Lord. Obey the instructions. Very, it should be his heart and soul. Any comments? Any questions? We don't have devotees. They want. Yeah. Okay, Srimad Bhagavad Puran ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare, jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare